Alrighty. Got it.
You're upside down.
Upside down?
Now you're good. But you're also not centered, so there's that. All right, we got Sean on the podcast, one of the other commissions, one of three. What are you now? You're the Lions. Prior to that, you were what team where were you before the Lions?
This Madden?
Yeah.
You
were Lions, you were Bengals, and what was that one?
Dolphins?
You were the Dolphins. You were my division.
I played with Tua, the worst quarterback in Madden.
Yeah, Bobby said something very similar a few minutes ago here. So Dolphins, Bengals, you were the Bengals, right? For like a minute?
For one season, only one.
What was your favorite of the three?
Probably, I guess, the Lions. I've been playing with them so long now, and I like the mobile quarterback. I didn't have that with Bengals. I like just running all game, so I know it annoys people, and that's my favorite joy in life. So,
Madden 23 franchise as a whole, looking back, I'm not talking NRG here. I'm talking the game itself, the glitches, the issues, the internet, the stability, the gameplay itself. What do you think?
I've played Madden 24 for like a week, 2 weeks now, and I think Madden 23 is fucking trash compared to it. So, I don't know. I feel like you could do one thing all game and be successful, or you put 17 people on a high point. It's still getting caught, and I like the new game. It doesn't do that as much. It's a lot frequently. It's toned down, and then I don't know, just the draft problems, the restarts. I don't mind restarting like late in summer to get like a new fresh league going to get people interested, but to restart like a month in or 2 months in, like it's just dumb. Like it's for how much money they make, it's dumb that the game does that shit. Or just little things like you had I think it was you or some people that dealt with it, like the formation subs. You'd have like
Oh yeah, I couldn't play for 3 games straight. I had to keep giving up force losses.
A guy, or I don't know what it was, a guy in the wrong spot or some shit, and then
it's like you have an injury, so it's subbing in my left end at right end, let's just say, but not really. But in my formation subs, I have Calais Campbell always at left end, so the game would like put the new guy at both spots, and it would just crash itself out or something like that.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah,
that's something stupid
like that. Like, come on. Now, Ultimate Team run fine though, I bet. So that's all I gotta say about Madden 23. It's cool. I feel like it always gets a little bit better, but the glitches just make it worse. Like the gameplay wasn't that bad. Like I think high catching was a little OP, and I mean that's the only thing I thought that was like OP. I feel like running was either like you either get a 1 or 2 yard gain or you're going to the house. Like there was no in between. Like which I feel like it should be a little bit a mix of both. I feel like for running you shouldn't just point your left stick with the boundary and then cut up, and that's your move, and everyone misses you. Like I feel like you have to juke and spin and actually use moves to get around people. I don't think you should just fucking swerve back and forth. And I think it's just Madden though, so nothing you do about it.
I think the gameplay was okay. I think it was horrible. I think the team development was something I didn't like this year. In terms of pass rushers, you couldn't build them without already having abilities. Quarterbacks, you couldn't build them unless they started off. What? Oh yeah.
Well. But yeah, I feel like that's the thing with like 24 again. Like I didn't feel any ability was like OP when I was playing the game. Like I felt like everything was like a counter to something, or like you couldn't just.
It's competitive mode, so it's hard to really gauge it.
Yeah, I know, but I don't feel like I'm getting spammed on something all game. Like when I'm playing someone that's got like all 6'5" receivers, which is fine, but if they're like triple coverage, they shouldn't be catching it 9 out of 10 times. Like that's just dumb. Like it don't make any sense to me. But it's a game, so I try to roll with the punches. But shit like that annoys me. I just don't like the same thing all fucking game. Which is, I run with the quarterback all game. I know it, but like if that's your biggest problem playing me, I don't know what to say. Like it ain't hard to stop, in my opinion. But.
What about NRG then? So now take away the 23 aspect of it. Look at the franchise. So we're talking teams people chose. I went Chiefs, Miles went Bengals, Bobby went Miami this time around. Key stays Cowboys. We're talking who you think was a winner of this year? Like who took a step forward? The guys who fell behind, who were the losers, and then just the chat and everything as a whole.
Well, I feel like the usual people are like the winners. It seems like it hasn't really changed for the last few years. I mean, Mikey came back in and won a few bowls, but he won them too when he was here. So at least he stayed consistent with it. I do think that the losers of this league would probably be all the people like, what was it? What's his fucking name? The Browns dude was like, he was like a higher pick, and then you just go away on fucking Cambodia and never come back, and like you're not gonna be that pick, and then you're gonna be like, why am I not that? What do you mean why you're not that pick? Like
He left. He's gone.
it's not rocket science. Like it's not hard to figure out. Like some people put more work in too. Like if you just come in and play your games, we say it every year. If you just come in and play your games in peace, you're not even active in like chat or any articles or anything like that. Like you're gonna be dropped, and then I don't understand why they're surprised. But I mean, if a lot, I think a lot of people are going to be because this year, especially, I feel like we had a lot of dropout rate, and I feel like some people have been kicked more too and came back, but like that's not going to improve your spot. So I think those are the losers of NRG this year, just the non-active people. Because I don't get it. Someone like Che, who's lost for years, will be there every game. And like Che's gotten better to at least be able to win fucking games and make playoffs and shit, so that's cool for him. But like he lost every fucking year, like every game, and he still plays every game. So I don't know. I give it to him for that. So that's how I feel about NRG really. I don't feel like anybody I don't think was there any was that this there was no conspiracies this year, was there?
I don't think so. I would.
It's been a pretty besides the game itself glitching out and like the we had the redrafting. I didn't think there was anything that was too out of bounds. So
The only big suspension we had was Godlover. He got suspended for a whole season. But the rest of Godlover got suspended for like 3/4 of a season or whatever the remainder was.
Yeah, that's funny.
JTC will bring that up around draft selection time.
You're right. That's gonna be hilarious. I don't even think I would want to be in Godlover's division ever again in my life. So like it really takes time off your life being in a division where your game time is like you're supposed to play at 4 p.m. but it could be going on anywhere from like 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. that game's gonna start. So it's just like I ain't about it. So
I think I was telling Bobby this in the other episode of this. It was a weird year for team selection. So in years past, I feel like we were always competing for team selection. Like articles, podcasts, trying to win a bowl because we wanted to jump picks. People were always fighting for picks. So you had me at pick like 18 trying to get to pick 10, trying to get to pick 5. You had Bobby trying to get his pick improved. Che, I feel like with the way this year went, there's not going to be much movement on team selection. There wasn't any new guys that came in outside of Mikey, but I still don't think Mikey jumps any of the OGs with 2 bowls. I think he's still behind them. You know what I mean?
I think Mikey, what was Mikey, like 24? This is all speculation.
But he's going to go up because everyone quit. We lost like 8 users in front of him. So he's going to be default 16, 17. But I don't think Mikey jumps like he doesn't jump us.
I think he would need another year. This is speculation, but I think he would need like another year of doing what he did to jump people that have been here and haven't been kicked since the beginning. Because I mean, I know he's won the bowls, but I don't. That's just rough though. I don't know. It's obviously the talk when we do the list at the beginning of the year, but he'll definitely be. He won't be 24, 25 where he was.
But he won't jump Keese. He won't jump Jack. He won't jump Matt. He won't jump he won't jump the 12 spots. What I'm trying to say. So
yeah,
you're not going to get any new guy in the top 10 outside of the NRG Che you tried award. So I think this year's. I don't think the team selection will be as exciting as it's been in years past this year. That's my thoughts.
I think especially how the game's been moving, I feel like a lot of people are picking up the good teams immediately because one, I don't think people are comfortable playing with a bad team in these Maddens because it's harder. If you don't build the team, your team obviously sucks, and it's just a harder game to play. Like play with a quarterback that's trash in 9 and 23, and they're trash. Like they'll throw it in the fucking stands. Like it don't make any sense to me. I feel like the disparity between the good and bad quarterbacks is too wide because I feel like they can still make throws. They shouldn't just be playing like Mahomes every game, but they shouldn't be fucking like the worst quarterback on the planet. Like he's a pro. I don't understand why you would be making some of these throws or acting the way they do. But I think that might just be a little tuning thing they got to do. So I haven't had that problem on 24 with playing with bad quarterbacks. They usually play pretty well. Even the one I've like played with AR, who's like a 58 overall in the rating, he still played all right for me. I mean, it's pretty bad on some of the throws, like horrible, but better than the quarterbacks that you play with in Madden 23. But I don't know that. I feel like people are gonna go team heavy still. Like I'm not. I don't expect a shitty team in the early going. Like the only the teams I can see going are like Houston, Bears. If you like to play with a mobile quarterback, if not, I don't see a point. Panthers. That's about it for bad teams. They're good Madden teams, but rating wise, they're going to be bad. I think. Oh,
It's
Falcons are probably nice.
it's weird. So I think usually our first go around, the good users don't take great teams. The reason we did it last Madden was because we restarted and then we were like, all right, so we wasted a whole year building. We're not doing that all again. That's when everyone started going good teams. You actually did the reverse. You started with a good team, then went the bad one.
I get bored. I have to change it up. Like I don't know how Ray and Keys Kais, I always say his name wrong. Pick the same team every year. That shit would bore me the fuck. You're building the same team. Like besides the rookies that come in, if they didn't sign any in the free agency, you're literally playing with the same team. I don't know how people do it. I mean, I guess it's fandom, but it's a video game. I'm gonna pick every fucking team I want. So
I hope we revert back. I talked to Miles about this, and the thing is that there was a time 3 years ago where you could build Kitty Cat, I could build Gardner Minshew, Miles could build Tyree Jackson. So we're hoping we were talking about this. Like I said, you could build Kitty Cat from normal to X Factor. He could build Tyree Jackson from normal to X Factor. I could build Gardner from normal to X Factor. If Madden's more like that this year, where there's a skill gap where a good user could still build a bad team, I think the team selection is entirely different, but we don't know yet.
My stands. Oh god. I think there has to be like a balance. Like I felt like it made it too easy to when we had the kitty cat and stuff like that to build your guy. Like kitty cat had like 99 carry. Like like it's ridiculous. Like he was literally a running back. So like I feel like there should be a balance between it. Maybe if you could like, I mean, this would be a lot of fucking work for Madden. I feel like, but maybe if you like have like your set archetypes, and then when you go to put a skill point in, you can do like +2 to a certain like section in that archetype, if that makes sense. Like if you have a field general, you can do like short passing, awareness, and something else, and you get selected in that archetype what his abilities can go up. You know what I mean? And like sometimes they'll boost to the other ones, but I don't. I mean, it's hard. I feel like because everyone's gonna want something different every year. So
Yeah, I just hope it's not a year where you have to take a team with an edge rusher. You have to take a team with an X Factor quarterback. I hated that I had to pick my team based on key needs like that. Like you have to have an edge rusher. You can't compete. It was just like,
yeah,
no, there was no other way around it.
I feel like I feel like when you load up on 23 now, it's not like, oh, I gotta worry about this guy's game plan. It's like I gotta worry about this guy's ability players. Like I don't think it should be like that. Like I want to be like, all right, this guy is a good runner and he runs outside, so I got to force him inside. And like, I want to change his game plan. I don't want to just be like I'm sure when people play me, they're like, all right, we just got to make sure Miles doesn't get home in 0.5 seconds and that, that he just doesn't run with the quarterback. Like, I'm sure they don't want to play that type of defense where I'm just like, pass commit. Even when you're running, it's like the penalty isn't bad enough to offset pass committing every play in Madden 23. Like it's not like a pancake. It's like they just kind of stand there. They don't get through. But if you run by them, they'll reach a hand down and grab you. So it's not like, yeah, I don't think the penalty's bad enough for a pass commit. And then in this Madden, I'm sure it's better. Like it's too instant. It's like it's more arcadey to me. Like, yeah, I don't have to think a lot on defense. Like if he's getting through all game, it's easy. Like you know how it is. Like especially if it's someone smart, they'll play around it, they'll work with it. But if you're playing like a shit team, you're just playing like one of the worst users in the league, you got like 8 sacks with one player because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's going to be a game based off abilities. Like I'm just really waiting for a team. Like you're picking a team because you want to build them this way, or you like these certain players, and then you're winning off of like game plan and skill more so than just relying on abilities. That's what I think it should be like, but we'll see. People like the abilities, I think.
So there goes into the next question. Your thoughts from Madden 24 franchise, which is kind of like a wish list. So I'm assuming that's what you want there. Then you want to go back to building a team a certain way, having a certain way the team plays. No more. I agree with you. I feel like we had to come to a point where I'm combating abilities. Like I actually, when I go into a game, like okay, inside stuff, I can't run inside today. Acrobat at safety, okay, can't throw over the middle. He's got edge threat, okay, cool. I have to double.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not like I'm going off anybody's skill anymore. Like there are definitely better users, and like the skill there is skill level, but I feel like the gap is like everyone's in the same room. Like I could load up Madden 23 and play, and in my head I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stomp this fucking guy, and then you play the game, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like I fumbled 6 times, like just dumb shit, and I'm like, I didn't feel like I even accomplished anything, like. Even when I win, sometimes I'm like, how the fuck did that even happen? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just want a game where it's like a back and forth chess match. It's not like where I'm just like, I know people play the same way. If you have a pass commit, edge rusher, you were just sitting there every play, pass commit, pass commit, pass commit, pass commit, pass. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what you're setting up. Otherwise, you are pass committing that guy 100% every fucking time, and then setting up your defense. Like, I just think there should be nothing overpowered. Like if you could do one thing, it could be countered by another defense, or vice versa. Offense and counter a defense. It shouldn't just be like sit in one man coverage and it could stop everything, and then you could run one offensive play and it could do everything. I don't like that. I mean, I know that's how a lot of the pros play. They'll run like 2 plays on offense and defense, but I don't know. I'm more of like I like a counter, a give and go. Like I feel like the momentum's turned down in 24, so it's not as OP. I do think it's kind of. I haven't seen them yet, but I hope they get rid of like the if you could see where your opponent's wide receiver's route is. Like, how would you even know that? Like, first off, wouldn't that be like Spygate if you knew shit like that? I don't understand. Like,
I used to love that one. If I saw the red route first, I could pass commit because I know you're not running the ball. Because if I see the red route, I know you're passing the ball. If I didn't see a red route, I knew you're running the ball. So I could run commit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
which
saying.
was
Like,
so stupid.
You're just letting them know how they play, and I think that's dumb. And it's just certain, I don't know, certain ability. I know they said they're going to add abilities, so that's cool. They really got to get rid of some and like retweak them because some of them are like really useless. Like you're not going to use a lot of them, and I don't.
I think they should add more.
Dilute it. You should have more,
dilute it because I don't want everyone doing bruiser evasive. Let's say like back in the day, human joystick tank. Add like 35 different running back abilities so everyone, but don't combine them. Like one is just a truck, one is just a stiff arm, one gives you more powerful animation, one gives you more elusive animations, but make it even more like a goal line back. I saw that in MUP they had that it was goal line back. It's on in the 5-yard line, like you're trucking, all your power goes up. So a guy if you have a guy that's a goal line back, maybe you just want that. You're not a big runner, you just want it for the goal line. So you don't put evasive on it, you put goal line back.
I mean, I'm a big fan of like what you said of the making it different. Like everyone argues against like everyone should have the same ability. I'm like, then we're all just playing the same fucking teams every game. Like if every single player has acrobat and inside stuff, and every quarterback has fucking escape artist. But I know it's not as good anymore. But just saying, if everybody has it, like you're not playing a different style game every game. You're just pretty much playing the same team, and you're playing just a different user. I guess people find that fun. I don't as much. I mean, I'm gonna do what the league's gonna do, but I'd rather go into a game and be like, all right, this guy's got like he can pass the ball. He's got some smaller receivers, and he looks like he works a lot of drags and slants and screens more so than like, oh, I'm playing this guy. He's gonna chuck it up because he's got all the abilities. Like I'd rather see a game plan. Like I said before, I'm hoping Madden 24 is more of just like give and take. And I really hope offense isn't like college football again. Like some offenses, some games, your offense is just like no one's covering anybody. Like I don't understand the coverage in Madden. The Madden 23. So I'm really hoping what I've played, it feels like the coverages are stepped up and they're smarter. They'll attack the ball, and that's how it should be. Like I don't understand when like you throw a post in the middle of a field and your safety's just staring up at it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I pay you $15 million a year, dog. Like, I don't get it. But it seems like they're working on it over there. So I'm hoping that it comes out and it's a smooth transition and no more fucking glitches. I want to play a league and get a fucking draft done. Isn't that what happened? The draft froze or some shit?
Yeah, first time the draft froze, then Madden deleted our save file.
That's the most disheartening thing for a franchise, to feel like like, all right, year one's done. That was fun. It was a good year. And going to a draft, like, and you scouted, and you sat there and fucking wasted that one day for our off season, and it just freezes. Like, it makes me be like, I don't want to fucking play this shit. Like, but I'm hoping the new game is better. I want it to be.
From what I heard, stability was the forefront of Madden 24. So it wasn't for especially franchise. So they weren't looking at like, all right, we're just gonna add all these cool new features again. Like, no, like the features we have are fine. Let's fix the game. You know, let's
Yeah,
make it functional before we make it better. You know, which I
that's what
prefer.
I'm
I just
saying.
want it to
Like, I
work.
don't think it needed to be like I think when I load up and I see like the menu with like Josh Allen or a football player in the background and like video, I don't care about any of that shit. I don't know why. Like I guess they add it's like kid shit. I don't give a fuck what's in the background. I don't care what's on the screen. I just want the game to play well. I want franchise. If I go into franchise mode, then I want my screen to like immerse me into franchise mode. I'm not trying to get immersed in the main fucking menu. Like I just don't get the thought process behind shit like that. Like I don't give a fuck about the main menu. I don't give a fuck about certain shit they do, like the cutscene between every single fucking play. And I gotta like I get and they're like, oh, we added a new halftime show for franchise. I'm like, who the fuck watches the halftime show? Like who sits there and watches
God
the
lover,
halftime show? What do you say?
God lover does.
Yeah, God, Lord,
He
yeah,
loves that one.
yeah,
He loves
God.
that part.
Like I just don't. I mean, it seems like I said, it seems playing the game. It seems like they're trying to make it in the right directions. I think a little things should be changed. Like I'm big on like free agency. You shouldn't be able to see, um, like my bids. You shouldn't be able to see that. I don't understand why you'd be able to see that. And like no one's calling other teams and being like, oh, you're close to that contract. A little more, you'll get them. Like no one's doing that. So I don't understand. I guess it's like I said, there should be like a kid version for franchise for like the fucking casuals or the people that don't want to be hardcore into it, or some people that want to be. I don't want to see other people's contract bids. I want if I'm going to lose a bid, our bidding system now is literally like wait to 5 minutes before advance and just make sure you have a better contract than everybody. That's all it is. Like it's not actually thinking about money. Like everyone's just see some of these fucking contracts out here, 7 years for like $300 million. Like that's the
You with
what?
Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll give a fuck. But that's I just think the penalty. Like I feel like there should be more of a penalty. Like I feel like if you sign like a receiver to that contract, then you could have like another star receiver feel like slighted because he doesn't have that contract. So his morale drops maybe for like half a season. Like like I said, I don't know how hard that shit is to implement, but I thought of it in like 3 fucking seconds. So I don't understand the ideas. Like I'm hoping the ideas keep coming. See, it seems like they've added some more stuff, but it took me like 5 seconds to think of that idea. So I don't think that's hard to like a counterbalance that offering someone $1 million trillion, like the other teammates are gonna be like, hey, he ain't worth it. Like, or like I deserve that. Like maybe they're like, I like things like the free, like they'll be like you could sign a free agent and they'll deny your contract, I guess. But I feel like there's no one I guess they got rid of it. Maybe I think they got rid of it actually because people were probably bitching. But I think they should bring back where like if you're not passing to somebody and you're like say you got a rookie and you just want to dev him, so you throw to him 40 times a game, but your 90 overall like star guy doesn't get the ball at all. I would like if they brought back like hey coach, I want to be traded, I want out, I don't want to play, like shit like that. And they just won't play or whatever. Like I like shit like that. It feels more real life, and I feel like there
Yeah.
should be a casual mode and a hardcore mode. Like casual mode, let them get rid of the shit because they're afraid. I'd rather be like we're like what was it? Ray had Trent Williams retire on him like 3 games in that one year. Like that's what I want. I want people like fucking him out and just like it. Even if it happens to me, I feel like it changes it. Like I'm like, oh fuck, I wasn't expecting to draft a left tackle. Now I have to because like he forced me to, which I like.
That's
that.
a good
Like,
point. It makes the offseason matter more. And you're right. It's like every year I could just say, okay, I have Mahomes. He's 31. I have 5 more years with him. Don't gotta think about it. It'd be
yeah,
cool to have those random scenarios like left tackle gone. It's like, well, I gotta change my whole draft strategy now. I gotta make a new draft board. I gotta go left tackle. I'm gonna keep us moving here because we have 8 minutes left on this timer. So,
gotcha.
top 3 teams for you on your team selection board right now.
Well, I feel like it's an easy one. It is right now Colts. I haven't played with them yet, but I feel like when I play with a full-on AR, it's going to be nice, especially the way I like to play. Chargers are one mainly because the only team I played with where I've had like very good success on the new Madden. Like They're just a nice fucking team. Like I played with the Eagles. I hated it. I fucking hated playing with the Eagles. I feel like I don't know. I know it's not their rating, but Jalen Hurts isn't much better than he was last year. He's a little faster, but he still can't throw the ball deep. So I mean, that just might be me. It's how I prefer to play. But I like the Chargers and probably the Bears still. I like running. I need to run a quarterback. I really do. I know Herbert's not that, but he has 99 arm strength and he can move a little bit, so it does help a little bit the way I've been playing with him. But I prefer to run like Bears or Colts. Colts are probably my number one if I like the way they play. Especially I got a new playbook last night I was using in Madden and I like it. A lot of running quarterback plays.
I thought Jahmyr Gibbs' rating would convince you a little bit, but I forgot you were just lying. So
yeah,
that's Jonathan Taylor. That's almost he's gonna be a little lighter, but 94 speed, and he's a good receiver.
Didn't have I fell asleep. What is it called? Jared Goff. If that hooker quarterback was like 22, 23, I might think about it. But the rookie's like 25 already at quarterback.
If he was 22, 23, I'm probably picking Lions.
Yeah, like he's younger and like they're so fast. But I already played with them, and like I said, I'd probably be bored pretty quick because I'm like, all right.
JMO,
yeah, I traded JMO. I didn't really.
But speed-wise, you have the fast.
I got Myles Garrett. That's what I'm saying. I traded a 99 speed, 23 years old, like 24. He wasn't that old yet. He was pretty young. He was like rest of franchise. He's still 99 speed. Like for just Myles Garrett. I traded like Hutchinson, JMO, and a first round pick for fucking Myles Garrett. And like I love Myles Garrett in real life. Like he's an animal, but I don't think Lions would ever make that trade. Like so it like I'm thinking Colts though. I think I'd have tons of fun with AR, especially if like right now I'm running around like an 87 speed Asian dude. I'm fucking wrecking. So I can't imagine how it would be with.
Now, what's the real team you're taking? Those are the three that you always offer up. Now, what's your Tourette's team, the one that's gonna pop out of your head last second? You just announce on draft day that you never practiced with, because that's happened 3 years in a row. So,
I don't know. Colts are really like. I really like the AR and Jonathan Taylor combo. Like you're getting a 95 overall back who's like 24, and I'm getting a 92 speed quarterback who's like 21 years old. He's like 6'4", and he can run as fast as a lot of players on your team. You sold me at that already, and I could build shit around that. Like I don't even need like I'm sure people have noticed I don't throw the ball at all, so I don't really need all-star receivers if you're gonna let me run. So it's a give and take. I need it some games. I'm not going to beat the elite people just running the ball with the quarterback unless Madden gives me some fucking 80-yard breaks. But I think I'll have more fun, especially with the last 2 years I haven't been starting with a mobile quarterback. I've been praying for the draft. Like if I didn't draft this fucking guy, I'd be fucking miserable. Like I had to have him fall to me. I think the only reason he fell to me is because Marty went on vacation. They picked like a linebacker right before me, which is a godsend. But I'm tired of waiting. Like I jerked off for like 4 years. I was like, all right, he's gonna do it this year. Jared Goff's gonna bring it in, and like they just doesn't have. I can't play like that for too long. I can't sit there and read defenses for 30 seconds. So I feel like I got to go back to the roots and get a mobile quarterback day fucking one. 10 seasons of dealing with AR might be a bitch. That's all I gotta say.
Biggest rival next Madden.
I assume it's whoever in my division, but right now in my head it's fucking Godlover because. He's just the time. Like I try to be very punctual. Like I don't like wasting time or anything like that. So if you tell me like I'll be on at 4, I'm on at like 3:55 about like, hey, you ready? Like I want to get this over with. And then you're like, oh, I gotta do training. And training's 3 fucking buttons. Why is it 15 minutes later, dog? Like what are you doing? Like
they added minicamp this year. Just wait. Bruh. That guy's gonna be doing his minicamp drills. It's over.
Oh man, it's gonna. I mean, I like
game time is game time.
Yeah, game time.
Training is supposed to be done before game time. When I'm gonna go play a game, I load up 20 minutes before. I do my training. I set my depth chart. I get my stream up. I go pee. Then it's 5 minutes before, and I say, "Hey, you ready?" I don't load up at 7 on the dot and then go pee and then do mini camp, then get my snack. Like game time is game time. That's when you're supposed to start. Yeah, now when you're supposed to get on.
I'm very lenient with most people. If you're like, hey, I just need 10 or 20 minutes or some shit like that, I don't care. Like, it's whatever. But if you're gonna be every game like Golliver. Golliver did it every game on the dot. He'd message me like an hour before the game in DM, and he'd be like, "Yo, like
Brody.
my 17 houses burnt down." I'm like, "What does that have to do?" All right, I guess. Like, all right, no big deal. I'll see you like in 2 hours, and then next advance would come like 6 weeks down the line, and he'd be like, "Oh, dude, I ran over a dog." I'll be like, "Dude, why is it every time right before this game you have to like there's something that comes up?" Like, I guess life's like that, but like just give me the force win. Don't like you're holding my
That
whole
is
life
the
up.
worst part. We have 2 minutes and a half here. I'm trying to keep this quick, but that is the worst part. That's what I've told him before. It's not the fact that you're unavailable and you suck at time. It's the fact that you're not willing to give up the force win. When I have a problem, the other day I had to deal with something, I just told Ryan, take the win. If I know I'm going to be a problem, just take the win. I don't care enough. It's just one game, whatever. He, like Mikey, will go down to the wire with you.
Bruh.
And like they will not give up that force win. And you have to understand that if you're going to be a time problem, that's fine. We're cool with it. It's like Ray always says, communication's key. If you're going to be a time problem, that's fine. I don't really care. Just take the win. Or if I can't make it, you can have the win. Just keep it simple. Not like we're going to be in a stalemate over who gets the win here.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just a waste of time. Or be considerate over somebody else's time besides your fucking own. Like, Jesus Christ, what a concept. Selfish
Final
motherfuckers. I
point.
keep saying it.
Final point. It is the 30th season anniversary of Ray not winning a Super Bowl. What do you say about that? What do you
Way to
say
bring
about
that
that?
up. I agree. That guy fucking pick somewhere else besides the Niners. Maybe you'll win one. You fucking cack.
I think it's been 30 seasons. Drew deleted the league more recently than Ray has won a Super Bowl.
Bruh. I didn't expect Teddy to bring these fucking shots at the end towards Ray, so I like it. I'm fucking down for it.
He's got to win one, right? He can't. If he goes another mad about winning one, what happens?
I think age finally caught up to him. That if he doesn't win another one, it might be over. Like the young guns are here pretty much. I mean, I'm not that young anymore, but I feel young, so that's all that matters. I think
some have said if he doesn't win, it might be time to hang him up.
I mean, maybe his son could play for him because he'll be getting older and he might be better than him. That's all I gotta say. He might be better than him already. So
I can't wait for him to see this, and all he's gonna do is go count, and he's gonna find out I was really like 29 and just shit on me that I was off by like 1 year, as if 29 is not bad itself.
He'll be like, you guys don't remember back in 2016 when I won 17 of them. Like, oh, okay, good job, old man.
I'm just trying to start a fire here for him, so he can watch this and he can go into Madden 24, kicking it.
We didn't talk much shit this podcast. Maybe next time. I was in a talk shit mood.
No, everyone else gonna do it. We have to be civilized now.
Exactly. Oh, we are commissioners. We hold a higher standard. We can't all.
I think we're at seconds here, by the way.
Oh, all right. I'm good.